We are away for the start of race 3, and Conor Meyer leads the field away. John Cox immediately tucks into that slipstream and is trying to get the run on him into the Tamburello chicane. Ana Rosales having a look up the inside as well, but he can't find a way through, and it's all action going off. And there goes Brian Boomsma up into 4th place. Colin Ward trying to follow in his footsteps as well, but it all looks pretty clean. Bit of contact at the back of the field. There's James Wingfield involved in that, but up at the front it looks clean as you like. And Rosales slow off the Villeneuve chicane. Open door for Brian Boomsma to make his way into the podium.
Sorry, Chris. He dropped it all by himself as he did a. He just as he got out of the Villeneuve chicane, he just put too much power on and ended up in the wall. He is back on the track though, but he's miles down the grid.
Meanwhile, John Cox has moved into the lead of the race, got past Conor Meyer on the way into Piratella, and Boomsma did make his way into 3rd place on the outside of Tosa. But drama for Danny Henny on the opening lap. We said he'd been edgy on these opening laps. He said he nearly dropped it in race 1 himself, and he's done himself no favours here by dropping it in race 2. Critically, David Hatton has gotten away cleanly, but I don't see him on my timing anymore, actually. He's 14th. So he hasn't made up that much progress, but I think you can confirm he is actually away and undamaged.
Yes, I think so. I'm struggling to see it myself, Chris, but yeah, so Danny, he did an album. He was just too keen to get on the power on cold tyres and just put him around.
At the front of the field for 2nd place, it is all kicking off. Boomsma trying to get past Conor Meyer, Rosales, Kemp, Drillsma, all squabbling for track position as they come barreling back towards the Tamburello chicane. And it's Boomsma who comes out on top as he gets his way into 2nd place. Ward trying to follow in his footsteps. He's through as well. By the time they come out, Meyer is dropping like a stone at the moment. Look at the queue of cars all making their way past him as they come back towards the Villeneuve chicane. He's been able to hold on for now. There's John Lang and Stephen Williams side by side. Lang got ahead, and now Williams coming back at him on the outside of Tosa, and Lang getting a little squeeze there, I think, as he got very, very close to the back of Alex Drillsma's car. And he's been able to hang on to that place, actually, because Williams gets squeezed up towards the grass. Rosales up the inside of Meyer now and goes through. Drillsma tries to follow him, and there's carnage down at Piratella as Conor Meyer and Alex Drillsma are off. And I think Stephen Williams, he was close. I think he got away with it. Actually, it's John Lang with front wing damage. I think he got caught up in that. And Rosales got a... No, it was Shane Jordan getting a nudge at the 2nd apex of Aqua Minerale, and David Hatton we see there just coming through as well. So drama down at Piratella, and all action for 2nd place.
Yeah, there was a bit of red mist descending there for Drillsma. I think he had tried to follow the car in front through as he passed Meyer, and then the door was firmly shut, but there was never going to be anybody going through there, I'm afraid.
So John Cox, it is leading the way ahead of Brian Boomsma, but not by much. It's very close as they start that 3. Boomsma might be about to take the lead of a race for the first time in the Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge. Of course, this is only his 2nd event, but he is very known in the officials. Race against him every Wednesday, and he's a very quick driver, and he's forcing Cox to go defensive into the Villeneuve chicane. Doesn't look around the outside of there. I think he's just going to pick his moment, because he is hounding the back of Cox's car and looking up the inside of the Tosa hairpin, forces Cox out wide. And is he going to be able to get the run he needs? Not quite. Can't draw an overlap on the run into Piratella.
If anything, Boomsma was a little bit close, had to check up himself, but now he's tucked right underneath in the slipstream. Here he comes into the first chicane.
Yep, and he pulls out towards the outside. What's he got under braking? He's going to have to make it the long way round. Williams and Rosales side by side behind them, but Boomsma it is, making his way around the outside of the Tamburello chicane and into the lead of race 3.
That was a valiant defence there from Cox, but he nearly gave it all away as he hit the inside curb, just trying to keep his nose in.
It's so easy to just understeer into the car that's passing you at that point. And so well held for Cox. He's not giving up though. He's looking every which way he can for a way back past Boomsma. So we'll see how that unravels. Meanwhile, it was Williams who made a move on Rosales at the same time as the lead was changing for 4th place. Update on the championship challengers. David Hatton up into 8th place at the moment. Dobertsberger 14th, and I'm not seeing Henny anywhere.
I've got him down in about 24th place. No, actually, sorry, it's just updating again.
I've got him down in 26th. Although it is going around a little bit, so we'll update you a little bit later. Now, coming back onto the pit straight, has John Cox got a rebuttal for Brian Boomsma for the lead of this race? Meanwhile, Colin Ward and Stephen Williams very close for the final spot on the podium. But we're going to watch the leaders as they come down the pit straight, and I don't think Cox has quite got the run he needs to challenge Boomsma on the way into Tamburello. Yep, not close enough as they get on the anchors. And nor was Williams to the back of Colin Ward's car. So 2 very distinct battles going on at the head of the field at the moment. And Stephen Williams. Now, I'm just going to check my my stat sheet at the moment. And I think this would be a maiden podium for Williams if he can make his way past Colin Ward. He's only... and he dodged up the inside towards Tosa hairpin. And Ward has to give him some space. Ward should get the better run out of the corner with that wider line. And Williams unable to make the move stick on this one. He's got to be careful because Rosales could come back past him. But as I was saying, Williams only done the Nürburgring event. And, oh, is that Boomsma? That's Boomsma who's gone off from the lead of the race. He's spun it, and I think he's gone into the barriers because he's got no front wing. So from the lead of the race, Brian Boomsma has dropped it. Was there contact with John Cox, or did he drop it on his own?
Just checking the replay, Chris. It looked like he got a little wide at the Piratella, got on the AstroTurf on the outside, and then spun all the way back on the inside, and then took his nose off there. Did about a 1080 spin, but then got going again. So he's down his feet, no front wing, as you say. So he's going to be really struggling to hold on to that position to the end of the race.
He's going to be back to the pitch, surely. I mean, that's heartbreaking for Brian Boomsma. Meanwhile, while all that was kicking off, Stephen Williams has got past Colin Ward for what is now 2nd place. So, and I would say this would be his first podium in the Formula Renault Challenge. So a great result in prospects for Stephen Williams, as Rosales now wants to get himself onto the podium, slipstreaming his way past Colin Ward and up into 3rd place. Williams, I wonder if he's quick enough to challenge John Cox for the lead of this race. We've got 4 laps to go, including this one, and that gap is 1.9 seconds. I think we should keep a very close eye on the lap times, because even though he was pulling that move on that lap, he was only a 10th slower, and his best lap of the race is 9/10 quicker than Cox. So absolutely one to watch in the closing stages of this race. Meanwhile, down in 7th place, we've got David Hatton looking at the back of Shane Jordan for 6th place. Hatton's been coming up through the order and is going to take a big chunk out of Danny Henny's lead today. And every point he can muster will be absolutely worth it. So we'll see if he can make his way past. Joining this podium group, coming down towards the Variante Alta. And Ward there getting a little wide at that chicane. And that's put Tim Ellis on his tail now. So could be 4th place for Tim Ellis soon.
You've got a feel for Ward there, because as Boomsma came spearing back onto the circuit, he had to put on the anchors pretty heavily, and that let Williams and Rosales straight past, unfortunately. And as you say, now he's under pressure from Ellis behind. Williams now only half a second behind the lead, so I think this is going to really hot up towards the end of the race in the last couple of laps as we head into the first chicane.
Could be striking distance within a lap. Meanwhile, Ward and Rosales side by side into Tamburello. and Ellis looking to pounce on that. So it's actually Ward getting back up into third place. It is Rosales very much under pressure, and there's David Hatton waiting in the wings. He has got past Shane Jordan, and round the outside Ward and Ellis gets squeezed up. Oh, was there a bit of contact there? And David Hatton shows his nose very quickly, has to get out of it because otherwise he's a big risk of contact. This is a great squabble going on. Always Hatton slowed up a little bit too much of the Tosa hairpin because Shane Jordan trying to make his way back past. Can't do anything with it on the run into Piratella. Just going to draw your attention to the front of the field. Stephen Williams is right with John Cox as they power their way back up the hill towards the top at the Variante Alta. No way through on the brakes there for Stephen Williams. But can he make a move into Ravazzo? He'll certainly be lining him up for a move down the straight and into Tamburello.
Either way, Chris, it looks like we're going to get a maiden victor here if these two can keep it clean.
Absolutely. Cox locking up on the way into Ravazza, and Williams surely is going to have a great opportunity to slipstream his way past and into the lead of the race for the first time. And there he goes, pulls out to the outside, and Cox has got nothing in his armoury to defend against that unless he can keep his nose alongside and jam it back up the inside into Tamburello corner. Absolutely side by side as they come down towards the chicane, and it looked like Williams had braked deep, but Cox managed to brake even deeper and he holds on to the lead.
He's putting up a very robust defence here. He's having to go to the inside, checks him up. Williams got nothing for him there. He's going to have to try and line him up into the Tosa.
Great exit out of Villeneuve. Cox again goes defensive on the way into Tosa. Can't make it around the outside, going to try and line him up on the exit. Meanwhile, Tim Ellis is up into third place, but our eyes are on this battle for the lead. And once again, Williams has got the run to draw alongside. And is he going to try and make it round the outside of Piratella? No way through. Cuts back inside again, and he has drawn alongside. Is he going to be able to draw clear at Aqua Minerale? Yes, he is. Stephen Williams leads at Imola.
That was a great move. He managed to put Cox under pressure, and he just misjudged his braking slightly and got up on the outside of the AstroTurf again. Cox, I don't think he's done here though, Chris.
Cox has been putting up a fantastic defence, putting his car in all the right places. Can he pounce back on Stephen Williams? He's pulled out towards the outside, and they're going to go side by side into reverse corner. They make contact, and Cox is off the road. And I think Williams has just about gone away with it, though, crucially. And he's still going. A little bit of a kick from the back end, but I think his car is undamaged. But Cox, his race has ended in the gravel.
I think that was very unfortunate. There was just a little bit of drifting from both drivers towards each other, and unfortunately for him, he's just gone straight off. He's back down to P9 now. So Steve Williams did 3.5 seconds in the lead on the final lap. So
Tim Ellis with 1 lap to go in second place. David Hatton's just moved his way up into third ahead of Rosales on the way into the Tamburello chicane. So Hatton here, he can make it 3 podiums out of 3, just as Henny did at the Nürburgring. But he wants second place from Tim Ellis, and there's no way through for him at the Villeneuve chicane. Got to be careful making that move, because here comes Rosales. He wants a spot on the podium as well. One of these 3 drivers is going to end up bitterly disappointed, and Rosales almost drops it in his eagerness to get on the power and get past David Hatton. That's cost him momentum. He's almost a second. He is a second behind these 2 now. So all eyes on Hatton and Ellis for second place. Only half a lap to go. Only a couple of braking zones left. We're talking the top chicane and down into Ravazza. Is there any way through for David Hatton Ellis? He knows how to defend a position, and he will be doing absolutely that in this battle for second place. No way through to catch Stephen Williams, 3.3 seconds up the road. And one last opportunity for David Hatton. He pulls out to the outside on the run into the Ravazza, and he's going to try and force his way round. Can he do it? Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Fantastic manoeuvre for second place. But Ellis has got the run on him. Up ahead, Stephen Williams takes his first Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge victory. It's side by side though for second place between Hatton and Ellis, and Hatton just picked him to it, just by 200ths of a second. Fantastic! What an end to the night.
Oh, that was absolutely stunning. That was a wonderful move there, just round the outside, gave him just enough room. As they say, they came side by side across the line. What a finish, Chris.
That's just stunning. Oh, what a day for Stephen Williams as well. I'm so happy for him. He's like one of the nicest guys you'll meet in the Missed Apex community. Not that any of them aren't, but that's just fantastic. And Hatton, once again, for it, never say die. That's just fantastic. So 3 podiums out of 3 for the night. I think that that has in fact drawn him level with Danny Henney for the most podiums in the Formula Renault Challenge. They sit at 13 apiece.
And speaking of our brand new race winner, we've got Steve Williams in the commentary box. Steve, how did that go for you? That was pretty intense.
Yeah, that was a really good race. I'm not too sure what happened with John, if there was contact. It didn't feel like it from my side. But I got him if we did contact.
From what I could see, there was a bit of a net code there. It was very, very close. I think there was just a bit of drifting, but it was a brilliant battle between you two. We thoroughly enjoyed watching it. How does it feel winning your first race?
Happy with that. I think we're 8th on the grid or something, so good progress, good fun coming through the field. Yeah,
that was fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us, and look forward to the fun race. I'll watch you there. Thanks, Steve.
Cheers, thank you.